Communication is exchange of information, thoughts, knowledge with the help of speech, signals, symbols. Communication is termed as very vital for the success of business organization. Accurate, thorough communication system in a business organization ensures success of the business organization. Communication can be a need, I will say basic need, as an hunger like food and drink. Without communication, organization cannot function. Communication is very natural. Singing of birds, creeping of birds, as well as croaking of frogs and salamander is a classic example of communication. A dance of an honeybee is a sophisticated means of communication. Through that dance, honeybee tries to communicate other bees where nectar is placed. Talking and communicating through non-verbal, verbal gesture is means of communication. Communication is very important skill for life also. In today's competitive world, communication skill is recognized as one of the important skill for promotion and career advancement. The term communication is derived from a Latin word communis, which means common. The very nature of the term communis is sharing. Sharing is the essence of the word common or communis, and therefore the very nature of communication involves sharing of knowledge, involves sharing of information, involves sharing of feelings. Now let us go through some of the definitions given by management experts and thinkers. The first definition of communication is given by Mr. Lewis Allen. According to Lewis Allen, communication is the sum total of the things that one person does when he wants to create an understanding in the minds of others. The other management thinker, George Terry, says communication is the exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, or emotions by two or more persons. Now we will go through objectives of communication. The first objective of communication is to transfer idea. To transfer idea from one person to the other person, communication plays a vital role. Every human being is having unique idea in his or her mind. In order to transform that idea into implementation, that communication is very helpful and needed. So the first objective of communication is to transfer idea. The next objective of communication is education and training. In order to teach, in order to educate students the syllabus of their curriculum, as well as in order to showcase the knowledge to or impart the knowledge to the students, communication is needed, and that is why the second objective of communication is to educate and to impart training to the students. The next objective of communication is for entertainment. See, today's entertainment industry cannot survive without communication. Take an example of YouTube, take an example of social media, take an example of Facebook, WhatsApp. Without communication, entertain is highly impossible. So the next objective of communication is for entertainment purpose, we need communication. The further objective of communication is for interacting with the society. See, when an individual interacts with the society, he not only shares his knowledge, information with the other person, but knowingly, unknowingly, he also tries to solve the queries and comments of the other person. And in this way, the continuous interaction among the members of the society will create an healthy environment, and healthy communication can create an healthy society. Therefore, the next objective of communication is for interaction with society. In order to update oneself, communication is the must, but a care must be taken. when you are updating yourself with the information, knowledge spread around the globe, you must carefully choose appropriate medium and channel to update information. In order to aware with current affairs which are happening in the globe, you must choose the channel carefully so that misunderstanding will not be there. So these are the various objectives. The further objectives of communication is to influence. In order to change the attitude, beliefs of the people around you, communication helps. It is said that one of the most important characteristic of a successful leader is to ability to communicate, because his communication skills helps him to have an influence on his followers. And the last objective of communication is to understand the world. Unless and until you communicate with the world, you will never understand what is world is all about. So these are the various objectives of communication. Now we will go through the importance of communication. Every organization, if it wants to achieve its goals and objective, the people working in those organizations must work together. And to do this, communication plays a vital role. Even when an organization has to communicate with external parties like customers, banks, government agencies, communication plays a vital role. So we can say that if an organization wants to achieve its goals and objective, a proper communication system must be implemented or established in an organization. We will understand the importance of communication through various points. The first point, communication is essential for an management. Management is defined as getting work done through and with people. The very essence of management says that in management you must get work done through and with people. And to get work done through and with people, you must use communication. And with the help of communication, you can allot work to the people, and so that they will complete their work as well as their task. So management can be possible in a business organization with the help of business communication. The other definition of management says that management is the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling the resources which are present in the organization in order to achieve the organizational goals and objective. The resources like man, machine, material, they can be utilized properly with the help of communication skills of a manager. So therefore it is said that if a manager wants to manage the things in a business organization, he must have very good communication skills. Now we will understand the importance of communication through another perspective. Communication facilitates coordination. In order to complete the task, goals and mission of the organization, every task in a business organization must have coordination with all the other tasks. In a business organization, there are a lot of departments working together, like finance department, HR department, production department, sales department, marketing department, quality department. All these departments individually is there in a business organization, and if there is no coordination among this department, it is highly impossible to achieve the organizational goals, mission. So if an organization wants coordination between their departments, it is must have a proper communication channels in those departments, so that communication will facilitate coordination among the various tasks, coordination among the various departments which are present in the organization. And therefore it is said that communication facilitates coordination in a business organization. Effective communication improves motivation and morale. As you all are there, Human being is a social animal. Human being is not a machine. Worker is not a machine. He will work continuously. He has feelings. He has emotions. And through communication, management can understand the feelings and emotions of the workers. A worker even needs recognition. A worker needs reward and he feels motivated. So, with the help of communication, a recognition of a good performance within a business organization can be done. Recognition, reward, encouragement for further training is some of the examples through which morale of the workers can be improved. So, one can say that communication is also helpful in boosting the morale of the employee, as well as communication is the tool which can be used by a supervisor, by a manager in order to motivate the workforce. And you all know motivated workforce can create miracle. Motivated workforce can produce like anything. So it enhances the productivity of the business organization. Therefore, communication. And therefore, communication plays a very vital role in motivating and boosting the morale and motivation of the workforce. In this way, we can say that communication is playing a very vital role in the success of business organization. Communication also helps in creating good industrial relation. First of all, we will understand what is the industrial relation. Industrial relation is the relation between management and worker in a business organization. If this industrial relation or the relation between worker and management or a relationship between top management and union of the worker in a business organization is peaceful, harmonious, it will guarantee success, it will guarantee productivity, and it will guarantee prosperity. So, in order to have peaceful industrial relation in a business organization, there must be a proper coordination, there must be a proper communication between workers and management. If there is a proper communication between worker and management, it is highly impossible that there will be any misunderstanding between these two parties. So, we can say that if there is a proper communication between worker and management, there will not be any misunderstanding between management and worker, and it will provide peace. Because of strike, because of lockout, industry as well as workers get hampered, and it affects the productivity and profit of the business organization. Peaceful industrial relations ensures growth of the industry, growth of the company, and therefore communication helps for an peaceful industrial relation in a business organization. And that is why business communication or communication is very important. The next point is, it is a tool of supervision. A supervisor's duty is to allot tasks to the workers which are working under a supervisor. A supervisor gets tasks from his boss called manager. Manager allots targets to the supervisors. Supervisor then split those targets among the workforce. And if a manager has to allot tasks to the supervisor, he has to use communication. And if supervisor has to get work done through workers, he has to use communication. Also, that communication is as per the rules set in the organization. So, it is said that if a supervisor wants to get work done, task done through his workforce, he has to use a tool called communication. So, communication is a tool of supervision for a supervisor as well as manager. Communication is very important from the point of view of leadership. Leader is a person who is able to influence followers. Leader is a person who exhibits his skills and talent so that followers follow that leader. The very nature of leadership requires good communication skills. Without communication skills, a leader cannot influence his followers or audience. So, in order to have leadership qualities which will help a business organization in a path of success, communication is a must, or I will say that communication is very important from the point of view of leadership, because a good leader is equal to a good communicator is the successful equation throughout the world. Therefore, it is said that communication is the basis of leadership. And the last point, it helps in proper decision making. Take an example of any business organization. Decisions are taken on the basis of data or the basis of information which is gathered from all around. And if the communication channels within a business organization, if communication system in a business organization is well set, well established, it will provide relevant, accurate and timely data to the top management, so that top management will be able to analyze that data, and after analyzing and interpreting that data, the management is able to take prompt and quick decisions. So we can say that if a management wants to take prompt and quick decisions according to the environmental conditions around the business, they must have proper communication within and outside of the business organization. In this way, we can say that communication is the lifeblood of business organization, and that is why it is very important for the success of business.